Okay, all right. Okay, guys, once again, can you hear me? Yes, all right. If yes, just put an L and C over there as well. All right, if you can hear me loud and clear, please key L and C so that I can start this morning MAO right now. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Fred. Okay, let's go. Now, today is the 1st of November, all right? 1st of November and Monday, all right? So, November Halloween rally, is this going to come? All right, we'll cover this in a short while later. All right, today MAO will be very short. It will not be like normal 1.5 hour, probably lesser than an hour itself, okay? But apology for that's not a technical issue. Not too sure what happened, but you know, things do happen. All right, we'll be covering something of what Larry Williams said last week, or 1 month ago. He mentioned about the November rally. We'll cover that a little bit, and of course, we'll talk about what are the things to watch out for today using our TWB version 5 system. All right, let's go. Now, disclaimer as usual. Please make sure that you do accept the above. And once you have done that, you identify me. All right, my job is to share with you market information. Your job is to do your own risk assessment, and then you trade according to plan. Now, this is joke of the day, all-time high. The stock market now is again at all-time high. I don't know, I lost count already, right? Apparently, the market keep on going to new all-time high. The question being asked is that why the valuation is at a lower level, but yet the price is going higher? Well, guys, I already said this many times, as long as $120 billion is inside the system, there's no way the stock market will come down now. But, very important, history never lies. Since the starting of the Dow Jones in 1896 until today itself, whenever there is any rate hike increment, okay, rate hike coming in, the stock market will pull back down between 5 to 15%. So in short itself, right, that is interest rate hike, tapering not included. So which means from now till the first rate hike, the market itself, right, will still likely be trying its best to push higher, unless this coming FOMC, Jerome Powell and friends decided to stun the market. All right, now the market is expecting $20 billion reduction on the taper. But if the market really stunned with a 30 billion or even more, that will send a very drastic move to the market. But of course, another thing is that some people is looking at tapering only to start in December. So if the tapering start in November, so again, that will create another a bit of like, you know, panic attack on the market. So we have to watch out for this coming FOMC meeting. Okay, let's do a bit of a recap what happened on last week. I mentioned that gold price, I told you gold will most likely come down. Now, of course, some people ask this question, how come gold will go down when inflation is up? Well, do understand this, although gold has been a better inflation tool for traders to use it, but then again, now we have the alternative with like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and that's the reason why we actually don't see gold actually having the type of benefit. So you can see that we say that the gold price will come down, and I gave you a specific target. I say gold price will come down to 1791, and it may even go down lower to about 1777. And truth be told, gold on Friday really came down and went below 1777. Okay, in fact, the low was 1771 on last Friday. So the forecast was again spot on for gold on that day itself. Then I inform you that right, S&P 500 most likely is going to go to the new all-time high. I mentioned that 4573 is a very important MLP. If the market breaks 4573, then we can see 4539. But if this never happened, if 4573 hangs strongly, the market will go to a new all-time high. And what happened? You can see the market really did it. Now look carefully, everybody on the screen. You see for yourself. Okay, if you look at the screen and you see now this is the 4573 is here, right? 4573 is here. Can you see that? 4573 is here. 4573 is here. And look at the low of the day. Wow, look at it. The low of the day was perfect. The market hit 4573, stop there, and then go new high. So the market hit the 4573 and then go new high, exactly as forecast. So a lot of people misunderstand what I was saying. I said that the gold the S&P, if basically cannot break 4573, will go up. But some people only hear the downside, they never hear the upside. So what happened is that they didn't buy, or worse, they shorted the market. That is totally wrong. All right, you need to really listen to what I have to share during MAO, and of course, you also must, don't be biased lah. I will tell you 2 views. Please take notice of that. So again, for those who have made money, please key the word spot on for me. If you can give me that validation, be good. All right, spot on S&P 500. All right, it was a very good spot on call, 4573. Okay, all right. Now for Hang Seng, we are already going live this morning. We already traded live in the office, and of course, we already made money this morning already. So if you want to join us, you can do that yourself. Okay, remember, end of the day, that's how we do it. Okay, now take a look at this one here today for the USA economic calendar. All right, what we have is that today we have the ISM manufacturing PMI. Okay, today we have that. All right, so the market last time was 61.1. We are looking at a forecast of 60.5. Now the Institute of Supply Management Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index PMI, he has been relatively sideways for the last 6-7 months. So I don't think this one will give any stunner today, but unless something really drastic happen, if not, it should be a flat. Now on Wednesday, that's where it get all fun. On Wednesday, we have our ADP. On Wednesday, we have our ADP. Now previously was 568,000. This time round, interestingly, despite the economy supposed to be better, they are looking at 400,000. This is interesting. Now, is the market purposely lowering down the forecast so that when the market comes better, they bring the market up? It's possible. They do such things just to make the number looks better. Okay, and of course, we have Thursday. We have the FOMC meeting. Very important at 2 a.m. We will know whether Jerome Powell and friends are they going to really look to taper, and when. Now the market is expecting tapering to happen only happen in December. So if they do come and tell you they're tapering earlier, like November right now, or this moment, the market will shake a little bit. That is 4th of November. Now this date is very important. Kindly put it there, 4th of November. Okay, all right. It will come at 2 a.m. Singapore time. This is already adjusted to Singapore time. That means Singapore time 4th of November, 2 a.m. All right. Okay, that's where the FOMC news will be out. Okay, then after that we have non-farm payroll, which is on which also very interesting. The previous one, everybody was stunned, right? The NFP figure was so bad, but the market didn't care anyway. And then after that, the sell, right? Now they're looking at a higher number. So when will we have our guess the number game, right? We'll do it on Wednesday, the ADP figure, we will guess. So of course, Diana, I think last one, she won 22.88 a coin. So we will restart again. We'll go with this 3.88 a coin again. So let's see whether we snowball and break a new record. Okay, that'll be on Wednesday. Okay, let's do a quick recap on what happened on last Friday. A quick recap. The Dow Jones was practically flat the entire day, and as usual, the last 15 minutes, last 45 minutes, the Dow Jones pulled up. So what happened again? No reason, just very clear. Every Friday, that's where usually the Federal Reserve or Fed funds come in to buy the $120 billion worth of bonds and securities. All right, every Friday almost we got fail one. So you can go track back. Right, I did say every Friday, it's most of the Friday they will do that. That's why it's not even half unexpected that they pump up the last 45 minutes. Okay. All right. So in terms of news, let's look. Stock price basically closed at record high. Market notches best month of the year. Now we all know that October month was supposed to be the one of the most terrible month to trade because we expect volatility. Now initially the first 2-3 days of October we did see the downside. Then after that the mid month we saw the volatility. But we don't expect it to be the best month, of course. But what happened? The market did it. So again, what have we learned from here itself? They tell you the October month not supposed to be very good, yet become very good. So now the whole world is betting that November month will be the best of the best. Okay? They're telling you that November month will be very, very good. So how do we believe or don't believe? That's a very big question here itself. All right, so what happened? You see, The market hit a record high on Friday as Wall Street looked past disappointing result from major company. So you see that they don't care anymore. There's nothing to care about that. Just buy. Okay. Now I have an article, but I did not didn't have in time to update you tomorrow and do that. Do you know that, right? This whole entire last 6 month rally, right, is all mostly due to share buyback. And if let's say they did not do this share buyback itself, right, the S&P 500 should be below 3,500 now. Yeah, it should be below 3,500 right now, not even near 4,000. But that is how powerful all this share buyback happens. All the free money available. Okay, so the positive performance came despite the weak third quarter reports. You see that? While the number 1 and number 2 company, we have Apple, Amazon, all didn't do well. The biggest 2 companies don't do well, yet the stock market can go new all-time high. So you see how crazy is this market. All right, so on market sentiment, we have this Joe Biden say that he's going to continue to do the 1.75 trillion framework, but still it's going to be very hard because in the Capitol Hill, the Republicans will not let it go through one. It's going to be a very big fight over there as usual. Then of course the tax portion is something that people don't like. No one want to be taxed on, that's very sure. So again, the richer one will not want to have this going on. Then Janet Yellen came to CNBC and said that, right, he hoped that the administration infrastructure package can be approved soon because he don't want to add any more inflation problem. Okay, so again, they're all trying to lobby it to make sure that they got the money to get this thing done, But again, definitely it's all right. It won't be easy. Okay, so this is this TWB version 5.0. Let's do a quick recap on the Dow Jones on Friday. All right, we will not be doing any more conventional chart because it's all available on the screen already. Okay, so very clear yesterday on Friday, it's all right. This is the opening price, and the opening price was above pivot 1. So obviously, if the market stays above OP and pivot 1, it will be a buy, right? And incredibly, we have the MLP over there. So the market purposely touched the MLP, stopped there and rebounded. And of course, it's above MA30 and MA200. So it's a very bullish positioning. And the KSI is green with uptick. So all these tells you Friday will be a buying day, even though the intraday don't look so good. See, the intraday was very flat. It was basically ding-donging throughout the entire day itself. Now, everybody take a look and watch this. Do you notice that this is a BNB here itself? This guy's a BNB. Do you notice that it happened to be a day low of the day? That's why the little bomb is there itself. So when you see this market did a BNB and then a bomb appear, a red color bomb appear, that means that this is actually at the moment now the day low of the day, which is actually coincide with a BNB. And that is the telltale signal for you to look out for buy indication. And truth be told, after a while later, the price of Dow Jones goes up. So of course, what is the green one supposed to mean? That means that this is the BNB at the high. So whenever it has obsolete, right, it will turn to gray color. Okay, when you get obsolete, it'll be gray color. If not, you see red and you see green. All right, this is how it works. Now, of course, on the other note is a KSI jump. All right, there's a new add-on. You notice this? This is a KSI jump. This is a KSI jump, and this is a KSI jump. So what you see over here itself, initially, there's a KSI jump on the upside, but the market went down first, stabilized, then the BNB appear, then the KSI confirmed double it, and that's why the Dow Jones price goes up. And when it jumped down itself, you can see some selling, okay, but because the market stabilized, recovered, and went back up again. So this KSI jump is just to indicate to you that at the moment what's happening, you still have to follow the color change to enter. But if let's say your KSI jump happened to coincide with the movement here, then obviously you can have a pretty decent run, as you can see over here right now. Okay, all right, so this is a new version 5.0, very exciting tools. You can definitely utilize it to make some good money. Now, because this morning we are doing some transition, so the gold chart, I didn't have time to extract it. So apology, today got no gold chart for you to take as a recap. All right, now for TWB student, we are going to move all the news to our TWB market news, which means that, right, any news that I think need your attention, I will upload it over the channel. So if you're not in the channel, contact Susan. She will bring you in. Now, this is only for TWB students only. And these news are all the news that usually I use for MAO lah. But some people don't like to, listen to it during the MAO. So I decided to put all the news into one channel so that you can actually read it on your own during your time. All right, every day I will update this every day. Now, this is not a robot. It means that I have to read the news. I think it's good for you. Then I'll put it here as well. So all of these are selected news. So not every day will have one. Not every day it will be the same thing. It's not a robot type. Robot type means they just any news is pumped to you, right? Now, not for us, we'll be very selective. Okay. All right. So now we look at the very important market news for market information for reference. Okay. So are we going to have the Santa Claus coming down to town and make all of us happy, right? Well, it all depends on how you see from one way or the other. Let's take a look. Oops, sorry, hold on. Okay, now apology, I couldn't find the English version, but never mind, I can explain this to you. In short itself, right? The blue chart shows that, all right, the election period, 1 year period itself, right, from 1950s to today itself, right? You can see is what happening is that usually in the month of November, the market will be able to bottom out. And then after that, in December, that is where the rally will be. So 1 year before election, so next year itself, right, that is the chart, okay, back then, 1950s. And of course, this is the S&P 500 over the period of time. So from these two charts, you can see very clearly, right, usually in the month of September and October, the market will taper a little bit. But after that, in November, December, usually it will move up higher. So that's why the peak period itself, right, is usually November, December, based on the last 70 years charting. All right. Now, of course, you can see January, February, March, April, May. Usually, the first 5 months, the market, generally speaking, is higher. So that's why you have this sell in May and go away theory lah. So that's why if you buy from November, you hold it all the way until May. Usually, you get very profitable upside. Okay, and of course, if you look at this, this is if S&P 500 is more than 20% by end of October, what usually happens? Now, there are a few occasions since 1954 to 2013. All right, usually if the market is more than 20% in terms of the growth is more than 20%, usually the month of December and November, the market will be up by at least on average about 6%. So what I'm trying to say is this. Well, based on history, whenever the market is up by 20% or more, usually the month of November and December will have continuous follow through, and that will usually bring another 6% on average to the market. So that's why now you can see a lot of charties, a lot of analysts are all calling for buy on the S&P, Dow Jones, and stuff like that, because seasonally pattern says that, right, usually it's like that. Okay, I have my view. I'll share with you later on about this, but just take note this is the statistics on seasonal pattern. Now, remember Larry Williams, last week we covered on him, and he gave a specific date. His specific date is on the 29th of October. That is where usually the market will bottom out, and then the market will recover. Well, incredibly, we did not have 29th October as a bottom out. In fact, 29th October, the market already rallied. So of course, it will be 1 or 2 day plus minus, not accurate, but still there. So by right itself, right, from this chart, it says that the first week plus, the first 1 week, there's a very good chance to see the US market recovery. The first 1 week of this November month. Then on the second week, we may have a pullback. On the third week or so, we have a recovery. And the fourth week, we should have volatility, whereby it could be down and up and stuff like that. Okay, so this is what he means, but at least you know October 29 should be the bottoming out. Now, today itself is the 1st of November. So mathematically speaking, we should see the Dow Jones trading higher later today, based on this chart now you're seeing. Okay. Now, of course, what's the main reason? You must understand the Federal Reserve have really pumped in as much as $8.5 trillion already. Now imagine this, when it was at last year July, when they pump in about $7 trillion, people will say it's crazy, it's crazy. But you look at it, right? Since last year, July until now, they pump in another $1.5 trillion. So imagine every month I pump in $120 billion into the system. So obviously it's all right. The stock market will also be receiving it. So if you look at the Dow Jones or S&P, hold on, I bring the charts in. Where are you? Hold on. I don't think that you need to be a science genius to see this, guys. Okay, you can see it's so incredible. Okay. Look at it. Look at this monster run. All right, you can see, right? Since here itself, we can see the market for the Dow Jones. Okay, this S&P since March last year. Can you see that? March last year. Oops, sorry. March last year, this is where the pandemic happened, right? So in April itself, right, that is where the Federal Reserve pump in. Now, from March to April, they already pump in almost $1 trillion. So that's why when the market was cascading back down itself, right, once it bottomed out over here, look at the volume was ridiculous. And then after that, ever since then, the market push up. So you realize this, the moment it push up, right, the market really goes up. And then when it do a little bit of profit taking, or we consider a reduction, the market really come down. Then after that, they no choice, they pump it up again. So from last year, August period, you can see August period until now, wow, look at it. The market has never been so perfect ever. All right, you can see it's so perfect, as if that the market knows that what to do. So as long as the Federal Reserve don't stop this money printing or money giving, the S&P 500 still got a lot of room to go. But because we already noticed this, guys, if we're going to have tapering, if you notice this was the area of tapering. Can you see that? They taper a little bit back then in last year, June, July period. If you look carefully, last year, June, July period, that was somewhere around here. Can you see this? So to put it into perspective is that when they pull back a little bit, did the market get affected? Yes. Can you see that? The market did got affected. And that bring the S&P from 3,200, it brought it down to as low as 3,000. Now that is a very, it's about 7 to 8% pullback, okay? 7 to 8% pullback. So let's say now, really, the next coming week, this coming week, if Federal Reserve say, okay, let's just reduce, I can tell you that for sure there will be a pullback on the S&P about the magnitude of between 3% to as much as 8%. So that's why this coming Wednesday number is going to be very critical, and the date they give is also very important. Okay, so history do have its value there itself. Okay, all clear? All right, all clear? Okay. So if all clear itself, right, whether this rally will come or not. Okay, so this is my personal take. My personal take. Okay, so my personal take is this. The market may really go up first. Then after that, as expected, the tapering come in, the market may pull back. But after a while later, right, you'll stabilize and then go up again. Now, why? Because the Westerners, they also, like the Chinese also come to their holiday. They don't want everybody to be sulky. So they may actually do a bit of rally. But of course, in 2019, right, I think everybody remember that. That's one of the worst Christmas ever, because on the 25th of the day, the Dow Jones was down quite a fair bit. So what causes that? It was again same thing. It was a tapering that causes the S&P to drop during 2019 sell off. So will this happen again? Well, in my opinion, yes, it will. In my opinion, it will happen again. So that's the reason why I say that enjoy while you can before the words come out. All right, and that is where everybody will rush toward the nearest exit, and that will create the massive jam over there. All right, so this guy said in periods of greed, market participants believe in stock price will continue to move higher and willing to pay ever increasing prices for stock. Greed eventually turns to fear as investors begin to realize expectation to have some become too elevated and begin to sell stocks. So now everybody still believes that the stock market go higher, so there's no panic, everybody's buying. But of course, the moment when the stock price has to really come down, one leads to the other, that is where the panic button price can come down faster than you can think of. Yeah, so do take note of that. Right, because you can see right now, right, the November period, most economists are saying that they are looking at a tapering in 2 months' time. Now, a good chunk of them are all saying the tapering will happen. I mean, the announcement will happen in November. So very interesting. They're all expecting that. Then December for 21%. That means still expecting is that they will do something to it. But of course, after that, no way, right? They are supposed to do it now. And of course, the moment now you're looking at about $120 billion, right, in the system. So later on, if it happens, there will be a reduction on the bonds and stuff like asset classes. And of course, they are expecting to finish by October 2022. Now, of course, but we all heard from the Federal Reserve, they said that they want to finish it even earlier. And the earlier is about June period itself. All right. So traders, do note this is already almost a fixed thing already, unless something drastic happen. If not itself, right, we should see some tapering later part. This 2 months, we should see some tapering, and then the impact will be very open and clear. Okay. All right. So that is the important market looking at it. Now you can see that the time for tapering. Now the balance sheet, as you can see, is up by $8.5 trillion already. Now previously, when the Federal Reserve is coming down, you can see the interest rate goes up. But when the interest rate come down itself, right, that stimulates the economy, and that's why you can see this cyan color showing that the S&P going higher. Okay, but now the thing is that because people are saying that the interest rate won't rise in the near term, so there's no worry for that. So again, that means further upside is kind of expected for the US market. Okay, so that is what's happening between the balance sheet and the interest rate factor. Okay. All right, so we have the fear and greed index, right? Remember, I told you we're looking at 11-12, so still a long way to go. These are the 3 companies who are telling you that where would the market be going. And interestingly, Goldman Sachs and this JP Morgan, they share the same thing. But Morgan Stanley say no. They're expecting a pullback about 20%. That is a little bit high, but it's all possible. So last Thursday, we have the greed, all right, at 72. Then on Friday, now we have the same greed, but it's slightly, it's the same one exactly, right? It means that it's the same number, okay? So the market didn't really change at all. The market is still kind of greedy in short. Okay, all right, so there's a quick overview of what happened on the global market. Let's look at the charts right now before, okay? By the way, for those who are trading Hang Seng, I told you Hang Seng likely will be going up, and it's happening right now speaking to you. Hopefully you make some money, yeah? Okay, let's look at the charts for today. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grr, and the lemming go, it could be different this time. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the Hang Seng first for this morning. Now, Hang Seng this morning, we know what happened for China. China 50 was down quite a bit, down 300 points at one stage, right? Then, of course, after that, it rebounded on support ground. Okay, that's what happened to China A50. Now, Hang Seng this morning, let's take a look. Now, Hang Seng this morning, opening price was above the pivot one. No, this gold, sorry. Here we go. Yeah, this is Hang Seng now. Now, Hang Seng this morning, the opening price was above the pivot one. So by right above pivot one is a buy. And the KSI is an uptick green. But the thing is this, to buy, there must be a buy call. If there's no buy call, you cannot buy, right? So this Hang Seng this morning, when it opened, right, immediately it came down first. Immediately it came down first. And then it broke the pivot one, so you must sell. Broke the pivot two, you must sell. All right, but because the KSI is green, we know that the Hang Seng will not stay down for too long, especially if we hit the KTR -3 level. So you can see right here, everybody, let's take a look. The Hang Seng in the morning, once it opens, instead of going higher, it went down. And once it broke the pivot one, we know that it will likely be going to pivot two, or it may go to KTR -3, which really all seemingly has happened. But once it happened, remember the day chart KSI is still green, right? And it's uptick. So I share with students that the market may actually recover. And truth be told now, it has recovered already. Okay, so that's the reason why you need to have the TWB system to help you on that. At least you won't be caught on the wrong side of track. Okay, so that is the Hang Seng. All right, now for China A50, because we don't have TWB chart for this, for us it's pretty simple. This is the MLP for this China A50. So which means that as long as the market do not cross this line, 15,814, there's no reason for you to panic. Okay, so 15,814 is the MLP for today for China A50. Now, if the market can strongly close above 814, wow, that means that very good chance the market may recover. Okay, and may go back to above 16,000 again. So again, traders, do take note of that. Okay, so that is the China A50 and the Dow Jones. Let's look at the US stock market, shall we? Okay, hold on. Okay, for the Dow Jones this morning, the Dow opening price is actually at the pivot 1. Now, when the Dow opened at pivot 1, what does it tell you? It tells you that the market is at a pivotal. That's why this morning the Dow Jones have been trying its best to close above it. Now, if the market really close above the 35,906, right, it'll be above pivot 1 and it'll be above OP, right? Likely the Dow can go higher again. Likely the Dow can go higher. Now, if the Dow stop there and not going to move, traders must be careful. MLP is there. 35,790 is an MLP. If the market do come down there, there should be some artificial support. Okay, there should be some artificial support for the Dow Jones. So watch out for this figure, MLP 35,790. Okay, so now you don't need to draw your MLP, ME, or don't need to draw already. All is drawn by the system for you itself. Okay, so we can move on. We just wait for the next trade to surface. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq continue its rally. All right, the KSI is a jump, it's uptick. So that's why Nasdaq basically this morning gap up. Now, Nasdaq, the only thing to be concerned is the MLP. The MLP is the biggest concern, and that is 15,780. So as long as the Nasdaq doesn't break 780, the Nasdaq got room to go higher. Okay, the room is still got room to go higher. Okay, 780 is a very big figure for the Nasdaq. Okay, next one is the S&P 500. S&P 500 this morning gap up on the Nasdaq and the Dow. So same thing again, S&P is an uptick green, right? So as long as the market stays above MLP at 45.99, there's no reason to see S&P going down. Okay, so today, 3 major indices, 3 of them all pretty positive. So that's why as long as the market stays, then it should be fine. Okay, so we have the 3 major indices. Now let's look at the other one, like example, what we have, like NIKKEI. Now NIKKEI this morning was a super gap up, right? NIKKEI was a super gap up, all right? So NIKKEI gap up, what happened? All right, you can take a look because the KSI is green and uptake, and of course, wow, this one time the market already give you the 1x1 profit already. Very beginning, already give it to you. So I don't know what's the news in the market, probably some government news for them to buy. But you can see the way it gap up was really incredible. Yeah. So as long as NIKKEI is above OP and above MLP, the upside will be there. So in case traders want to sell, it has to sell below OP, then it'll be good. If not, don't touch it. Okay, that's NIKKEI, and well, that's all I think. Other than that, DAX, yeah. Now, DAX, we will tell you that the market MLP is at 15,697, which the market taking on. And I told you the MA30 and MA200 is all at the bottom. And in this case, it's all match at the bottom. So when the DAX came down on Friday, it didn't go down long enough. It recovers again. And that's where the DAX stays. Now DAX is a KSI jump, KSI uptick, so there should be further upside later today for DAX. Okay, there should be further upside for DAX. Okay, DAX over. Then now we look at the gold market, shall we? Gold. Now gold this morning is all right. We have the KSI uptick, no blue bars at the bottom. So by right, gold should go higher. But the only thing that's dampening now is because gold yesterday or Friday, it closed at a red bar. So that means that gold now is officially a CCYR candidate. All right, but the market is still above OP, right? So if only when the market goes below OP, then the sell signal should be able to come out. All right, now there is a very strong cluster on top. Okay, what is that for? Let me just bring a chart a bit smaller for you, or we zoom in to take a look. Okay, you notice that the MLP is 1791 and the moving average 200, 1791. They actually strike a chord. Both of them actually are the same number. Okay, they are the same number, 1791. Okay, so this is my personal take. Everybody listen up. Now you notice that there's a there is a red bomb at the bottom. Why is that so? That is a BNB and happen to be the day low of the day. Can you see that? And also at the bottom of the screen, you notice that there is a KSI jump. Right, it's a KSI jump, and the market has been pretty strong over here itself. The new symbol usage, I will share it tomorrow during our Super Tuesday. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thus now we're having a live session now to the Facebook page. But just to now, I'm showing you now one of them. When you see the red color bomb, that means that this is actually the BNB of the time frame that is now also the day low of the day. If there's a BNB, there's a green one, that means that at that point itself is the BNB and the high of the day. Okay, so for gold, you can see that it's a BNB and a low of the day, and then now go above the pivot one, that means the CCRY, that means that the strength is there. So for me now, gold is pulling back a little bit, right? So if let's say gold later come back to OP, stabilize, it may go up again for gold. And today, my target for gold is about 1790. All right, for gold at 1790. So now we are about $6 away lah. So let's see whether it comes true. Okay, all right, so that's gold for us. Then how about silver? Okay, silver also displayed the same thing. It's a CCYR on silver, and now it's trading down. All right, but the KSI is uptick green, and of course the blue bars are not even there. Is there some error here on the silver? Yeah, I think there's some error on the silver. Okay. All right, let's ignore that one first. Okay, so for silver, it's all right. There's a few levels to watch out for silver. Silver now is hovering at around the opening price. We have the MLP at 23962, and we have the MA30 at 2348. So the market at the moment now, right, the MA200 is on top. So the 200 MA on top, the MA30 at the bottom. That means this market will be sideways for some time already. So traders want to trade silver, you must be very careful because it's likely to be sideways for quite a bit of time. Yeah. All right, I know vested interest, but at least I can tell you what we expect to see. Okay, so that's silver. Let's look at the next one. It's crude oil. Now, crude oil is actually also a KSI uptick, and for crude oil, you can see that at the moment now, it is hovering between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2. and is kind of resisted at the MLP area. Can you see this? The MLP area is 82.48 for today, and seemingly is being held back by the sellers. Okay, the sellers are trying to bring it down. Every time it goes up, bring it down. All right, but again, if the market finds strength and break past 82.48, which happened to coincide with the opening price, this may push crude higher. Okay, it may push crude higher. So how high can crude go this time around? Well, if you push it higher, right, I believe this time around is $85 already. Okay, I believe that this time now with crude oil is going up to $85. Okay, all right. Okay, so I've done my crude oil, I've done my gold and silver. The last two will be on the Bitcoin. All right, let's look at Bitcoin, shall we? Okay, now Bitcoin today, interesting. We have a BNB, and now the market is within the BNB. So the market is doing yellow to red. So it's a CCYR at the moment, but not confirmed yet. Wait for the day to end. So today, very clear. If the market stays below 61,667, it'll be below MLP. So most likely it go down to the MA30, which is 58.340. MA200 is very far away, so I don't think that will happen. So my personal view on the Bitcoin is that if there's going to be any form of profit taking across the world, then I believe Bitcoin will come down to this point first, and this point again is about 58,000. Okay, and of course we have all the KCB over here telling you that where are the potential target that the Bitcoin will be going. Now I repeat, I'm still pretty bearish now for Bitcoin. I still think that you go down to 58,000, even to 55,000. Only when these two levels hit, maybe you can buy a little bit. And if, let's say, if things go crazier, it may go down even more, right? So we can buy more on the way down. Okay, so that is Bitcoin. And last one will be Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is also coming down. The KSI is red. The KSI is red. Okay, it's uptick red. All right, uptick rate. So that means that selling is still going to come. Selling is going to come. Now, this morning we have the Ethereum hit a high of 43.26. Now it's down by $100+ already. I believe that it may come down to here. And what price is this? 3,847. That means that if the Ethereum come down, right, the first level it will go will be 38.47. 38.47. Then if you want to catch it at a better level, why not, right? The next level is as low as 29.40. 29.74, sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, 29.74 is the next target itself. But my view is this, when you go to 38.47, you can consider to look already. 29.74. Sorry, my bad. Yep, but the KSI doesn't look good. The KSI doesn't look good. So Ethereum to fall, right? The probability is kind of high. It's kind of high. Okay, guys. All right. That's all for the MAO. You can see that we still cover all the indices. We still cover everything else itself. Just that the thing is shortened because we now do conventional. Now, the thing is, I want to share with you guys regarding about the Larry Williams thingy, right? Just to do a very quick summary before we go. Now, of course, like I say, Larry Williams is a very outstanding technician. I also learned a lot of stuff from him back then. So this 29 October is all right. Will it be the bottom out, right? All depend on today's opening price. If the market stays above opening price today, no problem. Then just continue buying for the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But you also notice that right on Thursday, that is the 4th of November. That is a day whereby by notice of this, that is whereby the FOMC data will release. So if let's say today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, the market stay above 4p, you stay by, you should be correct. But my personal view is on Thursday, on Wednesday, do consider to take some profit already because you don't want to wait for Thursday to get stunned by the market. I got this little nagging feeling that maybe we may really see the Federal Reserve, instead of doing 20 billion, they may purposely do a 30 billion, and that will freak the market out. And of course, that will take into consideration of some profit taking. But you must understand, even if they do tapering itself, right? Tapering means just reduction only. So for a market every day, they pump in $120 billion. Today, they pump in 90 billion, right? Still pumping, right? So that means after the initial knee-jerk, the market will still likely go up. So that's why I kind of believe that, right, the market, okay, most likely will behave like that. That means that the market will have a knee-jerk first, and then after that, the market will start to buy up in anticipation. Then after that, more weekly or more monthly tapering or news, then maybe the market may pull back. Okay, all right. So that will be all for today. All right, thank you very much for today's MAO. Thank you once again. I will see you guys live tomorrow again at 11 a.m. All right, but of course, this time around, we're only for my students, right? Tuesday to Friday is only for students. Okay, bye-bye. See you guys. Take care.